Anyone? Anyone is having any doubt, then you can ask now before starting. Then we can proceed with today's topic, which is related to like performance management only, but it should be cleared, right? Whatever we have discussed yesterday. So if you have anything, any query, you can ask now, or we can go ahead. So yes, tell me, is there any doubt or not? Like we have discussed this definitions of performance management, then purpose we have discussed, right? See, this is the yes, purpose of performance management, and then we have discussed this cycle, right?
Right, ma'am.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
is there any doubt or not? Yes, speak up. Is there any doubt or not? Shall we go ahead with today's topic, or we can just
Ma'am, can we revise yesterday's topic?
okay? Yes, we can definitely.
So,
What is your doubt exactly? Which point you are having issues to understand?
I would like to revise from the starting that we discussed only for the yesterday I'm talking about. Like just a revision, that's it.
Sure, sure, sure. We can do that. Okay. So yes, as we have discussed, what is performance management? Can anybody tell me any understanding you guys are having? It should be an interaction, like interactive session, right? As we already have discussed it. So if it's a revision, then we can do a conversation, discussion, right? I think that would help better. So yes, whatever you have understood, Akanksha ma'am, you can tell me, you can tell everyone. So if something is necessary to change, then I will definitely rectify that.
Ma'am, it's basically analyzing the performance of the individual in an organization so
Hmm.
that the organizational goals can be achieved.
Yes. Okay. So basically, it's a systematic process or continuous process. After that, when that employee has joined the organization, after that, okay, there should be a smart goal or like a that has to be assigned, and that goal has to be aligned with the individual's goal with organizational goal, right? And then after that we should evaluate, we should go for like as a manager or as an employer, we should look into a quick meetings, okay, check-in meetings weekly basis, then frequent feedback, right? By that we can evaluate their performance, how that employee is working towards his like set goal, okay? Is there any changes required or not? Is there any training required or not? Is that employee is lacking with some skills or not? Then we should go for some training purpose, okay? So
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is measuring their performance, okay? Clear? Now it's clear.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, then yes, ma'am, next slide, please. Snehal ma'am, yeah. So performance purpose, right? Performance management system. So what is the purpose of it? We already discussed to improve the company profit. Definitely, once we will be able to understand that employees, status that that employee is working good or not. Okay, if that person is a like we can say a high performer, okay, then definitely there would be profit margin, like company would be improved and the company would be benefited by the profit by that employee, that like the employee would be able to like give or contribute more according to company's profit, right? Profit margin would be higher. Now, to guide personnel along a suitable career path, definitely I already have given a like example also. So see, the employee should be able to like maybe that person is trying to get into IT. Okay, maybe that person's desired goal is to become a senior software developer. So that has to be like, that has to be considered while setting that goal. Okay, now to furnish staff with valuable progressive feedback. So it's nothing but quickly feedback, quickly meetings where we can share negative, be it positive. Feedback should be given very frequently, okay, and continuous. It should not be like meeting is like the meeting is for today and we will give feedback after 1 week or 10 days or 1 month. Nothing like there is nothing much for that, right? That will not, like, that will not create any value for the organization as well as the employee, because already the time is more time has been already gone, right? So for that, it's a continuous process and real time feedback. The session is happening now. We will, if you are not able to understand, you are not able to identify your issues or like that, we ask you, right, what is your issue. If you are not able to understand, then ask us, we will give you clarity. Okay, we will discuss again. So it's like that only, giving real time feedback. Okay, now to ensure staff attains their smart goals we discussed. Can anybody remember what is the full form of SMART?
Ma'am, it's a specific, measurable, achievable, relative, time bound.
Absolutely correct, correct. So
Yes.
specific, measurable, achievable, or attainable, then
Relative,
relevant.
time bound.
Yes,
Time.
related. Yeah, related or relevant or time bound, and then time bound. Okay. So set their goal accordingly, according SMART goal. Okay. So what is SMART goal and how we should do that? We should measure that. We will look into afterwards. Okay. And then to ensure employees' goals relate to and advance organizational objective, that I have told na, that like employees goal should be aligned with organizational goal, right? Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So and then yeah, ma'am, next slide. Yes, so I want anyone from you just quickly tell me what is the planning step, or what is the first thing we should look into quickly. Anyone?
Yes, guys, we have seen this yesterday.
Yes, we already have discussed it, each and every step, right?
And you can also see in the diagram also. So just
Ma'am,
tell whatever comes into your mind.
yes,
Yes.
ma'am. First, we go to organizational goals, and then second one is we have to plan it. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
What happened, ma'am? You can go ahead. Nothing.
Sorry, ma'am. I have one call, so that's sorry, ma'am. Sorry for the convenience disturbance,
No problem.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. First one is we have to plan organization goals and values, and then second one is planning. In that, we just set us smart objectives and like that, and then third one is act. In that, we have to achieve some objectives, and then fourth one is track. In that track, we have to track process regularly, just giving feedback like that, and then last one is we go to review, ma'am.
Yes, so what we have understood, first we have to understand what is our agenda, okay, organizational goal and values. By identifying that only we can move forward. Then the first step would be planning. Planning is nothing but setting SMART goals or objectives, where the employer and employee should be in the same boat, right? So that there has nothing is like employer is giving order and that employee has to follow that. No, it's not like that. It's like more of a mutual understanding, mutual conversation. Okay, and after that, whatever we have like decided, the set all like the goal already has been set. We have to follow that and we have to perform. Like The employee has to perform that, right? So that the act stage is nothing but performing that set goal. Okay, now achieve objectives. We have already set that objective or goal. Now achieve that by performing, right? And then the next one is track how we are how that employee is doing that. Okay, that is that employee able to do that, or is anything required, any changes required, anything is not able to done by that employee. So it's nothing but a check-in. Okay, tracking the process. I gave you Swiggy wala example, right? You guys remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so it's like that. Okay, so now then next is review. So review achievements. After completing this, we would go for reviewing. Okay, whatever we have done so far. Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And the last review, in the most importantly in review stage, we have to understand what are key learnings and findings. Okay, whatever that employee has learned, that employee definitely has to learn something, right, from that set goals. So what is that their learning or findings? We need to understand that. Okay, it's clear now. We can move ahead.
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Yes, Nehal ma'am.
Okay, so we are going to see basic elements necessary for effective performance management. So as we have seen, these are the stages of performance management, like how it is done in the organization, and this is the important elements that are required so that you can performance management do effectively. Okay, so to do the performance management effectively, these are the elements: goal setting, feedback, review, and appraisal, and then development, and then reward and recognition, and collaboration, teamwork, and communication. So the employee is performing well. So if you want to do the effective performance management, so that at first you have to set the goals, right? Like suppose employee has to perform, like he has to sell 10 or 20 products, so that would be goal. So the goal setting is the first priority, that is the first element. So it should be known to the manager, to the employer, and to the employee also, who is doing that, who is performing that task. So effectively, whenever we are doing anything, if then to become it effective, there must be setting of goals, like planning whatever achievements we have to achieve. So first one is goal setting. So you need to set goals in the right way. Okay, so that was the first step. And then so you have set the goals. Now you have to give proper feedback, review, and appraisal to the employees who is performing those tasks. Okay, so feedback, like how is it going? The performance is well or not? So anything like review, if any required, any changes like required, and the appraisal. Then performance appraisal. If he's like doing well in the work, then you can appreciate that work. You can give appraisal to him. Okay, and then development. So if any changes or in review, if anything is lacking, then you should focus on to the development of that particular employee, or that particular task. And then if everything goes well into that, then after that, reward and recognition. So your employees has done good work, so reward and recognition, you can give rewards to them, then recognize him, appreciate him. You can give awards to them as like for example, best employee of the year and all. So it will also motivate the employees to work, and it will affect on the performance of employee, and it will so yeah, and then reward, and it will effectively increase the performance of employee. And if the employee recognition is not a priority, this will most likely to have like negative bearing on the employee turnover. Like if you are not rewarding the employees and not recognizing their capacity, not recognizing their performance, then it will affect the employee turnover. Like employee will leave the organization, and then it will be difficult for organization to cope up again. So reward and recognition is also important factor while measuring the performance of the employees. And then after that, collaboration, teamwork, and communication. Collaboration, you must be like collaborate with the employee. So employee and employer must communicate well, and the teamwork, the employee must perform in the team well. So this is also one of the important element of effective, as we can say teamwork will give the best result if individual is not working properly. So these are the 5 elements that are seen to be if like best or basic necessary elements for the effective performance management. Okay guys, understanding these 5 simple points?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now we have seen performance management, its stages and its elements, and now we are going to see methods. So there are so many methods that are used for the performance management in the organization as per the situation, as per the jobs. Okay, so first is general appraiser. So it is a interaction between manager and employee all year around. So it is the continuous process where the manager and employee are in touch and are in contact while measuring their performance. Okay, manager knows all about the employee's performance. So that was the general appraisal. Okay, so generally in the all organization, general appraisal is considered, and then 360-degree appraisal. So in 360-degree appraisal, as you can see, 360 degrees like a circle. So feedback from everyone, like if one employee is working, then ask the feedback from his colleague, from the manager, from all other employees he is working with. So it is nothing but 360-degree appraisal. So feedback from all other people related to their employees or who is working with their employees, with that employee. Okay, so it is nothing but 360-degree appraisal. So taking the feedback from all other and then doing his performance appraisal and then measuring his performance. And then next is technological performance appraisal, where technical proficiency is measured. Okay, that employees technical proficiency is measured. Technological factors, how many like courses he have done, how many projects he successfully completed, like more technological part is considered in this type of appraisal. Mostly IT organization use these kind of appraisals. And then employee self-assessment, like the word suggests, self-assessment mean employees doing his own assessment kind of thing. Okay, so employees self-appraisal as compared with that of his direct line manager, employee and his own manager, like not everybody, the employee and his superior, they both are going to assess the performance. And the next is manager performance appraisal. So these are similar things. There is a very small differences between these methods. Okay, and then manager performance appraisal, evaluation of manager involving feedback from the team and the clientele. So there are like customer service jobs also. Okay, so the feedback is asked to the customers, the clients, and the team with whom the employee is working. So feedback is taken from that and evaluation is done through this manager performance appraisal. And then next is project evaluation review. So appraisal to ascertain the level of employees expertise on the job. So it is particular to only that particular project that the employee is working on. And then sales performance appraisal. So judgment of a salesperson's goal versus the result obtained via target met. So whatever, like if the employee is given target of 20 products and then if he is selling 10 products, so that will be the assessment in that sales performance appraisal. So that judgment will be taken and then appraisal is done for that particular employee. So yes, any doubt until this point? Methods used for performance management?
No, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay, shall we go ahead then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these are advantages of performance management. First, you people tell me, this performance management, we have seen the purpose, right? So what are the advantages of performing like this step in as a HR in the organization? What do you think? Yes, it will increase the performance of employees, right? Yes, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You
Okay,
are
so can you
audible,
tell
ma'am.
me any advantage? Okay, so can anyone tell me advantages of performance management system? We have seen the steps, the types, the methods of performance. So what will affect it into the organization if we don't do performance management in the organization? So will it change anything, or like it must be there in the organization to assess the employee's performance?
Ma'am, it will highlight training needs, then it increase employee
Yes,
retention, then it support workforce planning.
yes, correct. Yes, good. So it has so many benefits, and we are going to see one by one. So first is improved consistency. So basically a performance management system is designed with a very carefully selected set of parameters. Okay. So we have set the objective first and then we plan the performance management system. So this system is like equally applicable to all the departments. Okay. So it will maintain the consistency and improve the consistency also in the organization. And then high performance and training. So performance management will give the result as it is, it will give result as the high performers, the employees with the high performance, and the one who requires training. So it will give us the clear picture of who are the top performers and who require the trainings. Okay, and then third one is effectiveness of training. So a training program's degree of effectiveness can easily be ascertained from the level of growth and the development in the organizational staff. So effectiveness of training is there or not. So we are conducting the training of the employees. So how we are going to know that whether the training is successful or not, whether the training is effective or not. So when when we measure the performance of employee, and then we'll get to know whether there is a effectiveness of the training or not, whether it is useful or not, right? Yes,
Right, ma'am.
right. Okay, so next,
Yes,
motivation boost
ma'am.
for employees. As after performance management, after performance appraisal, the employee will be given like rewards and recognition, right? So it will motivate the employees moral, right? Employees will feel more working, right? Yes, correct,
Yes,
no?
ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. And then yes. So next is employee retention. So as we are doing like performance management, then it will increase the motivation of employee. So it will affect the performance retention. Employee will do not leave the organization. So it will also achieve the retaining of employees in the organization, and then it will save the time as like the process which is like procedural and has stages, right? And the feedback is given time to time, so that the wastage of time while doing like errors and the more training, so it will be saved as we are properly managing the things. And then full performance review, this gives an overall impression which is like very accurate. Just a minute, someone is Okay. So we were seeing full performance reviews. So this gives an overall impression, which is often very accurate, right? So we are like systematically measuring the performance, so it will give the full performance review of an employee, so it will be helpful for the employee as well as the organization. And then performance appraisal fairness, there will be less biasness, so it is more unbiased system, so it will be fair for the all the employees. And then automated performance reviews, so the advent of human resources related softwares have helped it. Okay, so there are so many like ready-made like softwares who which can help us to do performance appraisals, right? So these are some advantages of performance management to the organization. And then we are going to see disadvantages. So there are advantages, so disadvantages must be there. So first is inconsistency. So as you can see, busy schedules can make us lose focus, recall only negative aspects. So if we are doing performance and if the negative feedback is repeatedly given and acknowledgement is not provided, so it will affect the employees, right? And then it is also time consuming if we are like it is very tedious drafting out the all the documentation and to do with the employees appraisal considering the number of employees. So it is good for the companies who has a short number of employees like 10, 20. But if there are 10,000 employees, so it will be difficult and it will take time while doing the performance appraisal of the employees. And discouragement. So it will motivate some employees who are performing well, but for the employees who are not doing well or lacking behind, so they will feel discouraged. And it is best to include and reinforce the positive ment also, right? If they have achieved something else and it is not measured, so it will affect the employees moral also, and it will demotivate them, and it may affect to the attrition rate also of the organization, right? Yes, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Anyone having any doubt of today's or yesterday's sessions?
No, ma'am, it is clear.